Hi, everybody. My name is Aylin, and the active learning strategy that we're going to be going over today is concept mapping. So, we all have heard of it. It's a very common active learning strategy. Overall, it's really just a visual diagram that shows a relationship between various ideas and concepts. So, in active learning, as we know, it's very important to identify the ideas and concepts that you're learning and then relate them to each other and relating them to what you already may know. And then this is just going to overall um, achieve a better understanding of the material. Okay, so let's get into how to make a concept map. So we're going to start off by identifying the main topic, which is going to be the central point of your whole concept map. And then step two is going to be brainstorming ideas related to the topic. This shouldn't take more than a few minutes, and it's just going to help get a head start on the map and assembling it. So step three is when you choose your medium. So this could either be paper, dry erase board, or even online. They have a lot of good resources. Um, Choose your medium for the map. And then you're going to start by adding the main topic. It can either be in the middle or usually they can be at the top as well. And then next, you're going to link and add the next most important concepts to the main topic. So basically like the second level of your topic, and then just keep going, linking and adding layers until your map is complete. And then step five is where you add the text. So this could be like linking words, short phrases, and you're going to use these to connect the relationships between concepts. And then step six, just to wrap it up, is going to be reviewing the map, editing whatever you think you need to edit, and then customizing it to your liking. Personally, I like to use these concept maps when it comes to my science courses, so these courses that build off of each other, and the first concept is going to help you get along to all the other ones, and they all connect and build off of each other. And I think this is when concept mapping works the best. It just helps everything flow and connect everything. So I mostly use it in chem and biology. And I had a biology professor actually that she would make us these concept maps and show them at the beginning and end of each unit just to show how everything connects. And then it helped demonstrate to the class how everything relates and builds off of each other. So we got to see exactly how everything was going to flow, and it just helped everybody get a better understanding. So this semester, I've recently used it for chemistry and psychology. Really just helped me study and memorize things. I like to make smaller ones, um, specifically for like very heavy topics within a bigger concept, and that just helps me really understand things. So, concept mapping can come with a few challenges. One of them being choosing the main topic. I find that really difficult sometimes because I have a lot of good ideas for the main topic, but sometimes it does get hard to choose. I think the best thing to do really is to pick the broadest topic. It'll just make the map easier, it'll make brainstorming easier and planning it easier. And you don't want to have a concept map that's too small or that it doesn't relate everything well. So the broadest topic is usually the best. But another challenge might be finding connection words. Sometimes there's too little words to connect things or too many, and you just have too many ideas. So the best thing to do really is I like to grab the two concepts that I'm trying to connect and use them in a sentence, and then whichever sounds the best, like flows the best, is what I like to use to connect them. So whatever sounds better, whatever flows for you, it's usually the obvious choice that is the best choice. Concept mapping has a ton of benefits as well. So, one of them being it really just helps you identify what you do and don't know. I think oftentimes when we're learning, it's hard to identify these because you just kind of get in the flow and you don't realize that you're lacking in a certain department. So, this really helps identify those things. Like when you're building the map and you have trouble connecting it to something else or relating it to something else, then you probably don't know it as well as you think you do. And then another benefit is key questions, themes, and issues can be drawn from them. So, again, when you're building this map, sometimes you might get questions on like why these things relate or how they relate. And then again, the map just gives you like an overall theme for the unit or whatever you're making the map for. And then lastly, it just builds these connections, draws relationships that help you get a better understanding from the material. So, in conclusion, um, concept mapping for me has helped me make these connections, which really just solidifies my knowledge in the class. Like, I would really know it better after completing a concept map. And then I think most importantly, it really just helps identify what you do and don't know. So, again, what you need help with, you'll know after creating a concept map when you're having trouble. And then if you're not having trouble, then you know it pretty well, I would assume. But I would recommend this strategy for anyone, especially for people that need to see things. So being able to see the concept map really just helps a lot as well. Again, because when you're learning, you just kind of slide past things, but this makes it like a lot more known and present. So again, this is a really good strategy. And then if you're having these content heavy courses that all relate back to each other, this is very, very helpful. Bye.